Welcome, welcome, welcome. Day 1875 in a row of the Mark and Pires show. How are you doing this evening? It's been a day. I went live from my open house today, which ended out a little longer than expected. I cut the feed, I think, about 20 minutes before the open house was over when a nice young couple came in. So, how are you doing? I wanted to talk to you quickly about something I recognize. First, it came through in a story as I was just popping into the news about Eldercare. And it made me think about a client I worked with just recently who sold their house because they're too old to maintain their home. And they went into a facility nearby, right around the corner really. And the cost of living there, he was saying it was like $12,000 a month. Just think about this, $12,000 a month to live in an assisted living. And I started thinking about the math on that, you know, like that's just to have a place to live and food. And you have people obviously that come and check on you, you know, but that's a lot of money each month. And I don't think any of that's covered by insurance. I think this is all out of pocket expenses. So I wanted to learn a little more about it because that seemed like an insane figure. Like, I don't even understand how people can put away that much so they could be like, yeah, I'm cool for the next 10, 20 years if I got it, if I need it. So how you doing, everybody out there? Good to see you on TikTok. Head over to YouTube and join us. Day 1875 in a row. We are now just officially 25 days from 1900 days in a row live. And that's an insane streak. I don't know how long I can keep this up. But I'm doing my best to show up even when I'm tired, like now, to at least read a news story for you, maybe play a song, and just connect for a few minutes. Tomorrow morning I'll be live again at 9 a.m. What's 12K? What happened? Uh-oh. Someone had to pay some crazy figure. I only see a few messages here, so I missed what the previous conversation was there. Anyway, how you doing, S-Coop? I see Helen Gale in the house. Virginia's here with me. And as soon as I see more names and more people chatting, I'll be able to say hello. Over here on TikTok, Matthew, how are you? Brandon, Wade, Future, D-Joe, good to see you. Bobby, D-Joe's kicking it with me a double-decker style. Left and came back. Hades, how you doing? Goodness, guys, you come down. Craig Snyder, you're hanging out with Craig. Of course, you go down. Have a good time. Christopher Walken, you talk. You could talk the talk. You walk the walk. You down here at TikTok. Ow! Yeah, 12K a month. That's right, S-Coop. I did say that. You're right. I was reminded now. So 12K a month. That's just for basics, guys. Zabrowski! You gave me a woohoo without letting me know you were doing it. Guys, I'm sorry that you missed Zabrowski's woohoo tonight. But I will tell you this, if you head over to YouTube, you're going to see this story. It's starting to get a little hot in here. I've got the propane on, you know. So here's the deal. If you want assisted living, where I am, Northeast United States, 12K a month is like for a nice place. Halfway, I'm not sure if it's like top of the line or whatever, but it's 12K a month, guys. So you think about this. Say you sell your house for $1 million. You got like 9 years, roughly, out of that $1 million that went in your pocket to be taken care of. That's not a lot of time. And then you have to start trying to figure out, like, where is all the money going? And could they be kind of allocating funds better so it could be taking care of our seniors and our elders? You know, so I feel like the elderly are not appreciated. They just try to sideswipe everybody and keep the focus on the middle age and the younger generations, trying to manipulate people into doing what they want, et cetera, et cetera. But let's read about this story, and then we're going to play a piece of music. But like I said, I'm reading this with you in real time as well. I just was interested by this story because of what just happened with my client recently. And I have to imagine that a lot of people are feeling the same exact stresses and concerns, and also have questions just like he did when he had to get into this. So anyway, people are sharing their scary, let me bring this on the screen with you so you guys can see it as well. Joanne, a little help here. Of course, we can't get help from Joanne. She's wheezing. So what we're going to do, well, Joanne, you know, Joanne, when I'm here and you take me off the, thank you, Joanne, for bringing me back on the screen. Here we go, guys, reading the story for you. It's starting to get really hot, blistery. But you know what? You got to keep the propane on, because as soon as you shut it off, it's like having central air and hot air in your house. The moment you shut it off, you need to turn it back on because it gets cold. You know what it's got going over here, the propane. People are sharing their scary and overwhelming stories about the reality of elder care in the U.S., and it's heartbreaking. Taking care of an aging parent can be stressful, physically, mentally, and financially. Because of that, it's not uncommon to seek out assistance. But when it comes to options, such as skilled nursing and in-home care, assisted living, and other branches of elder care, what does that really look like? Recently, members of BuzzFeed communities shared their experiences and struggles with elder care, and their stories are equal parts startling and insightful. Here are some of the staggering realities of dealing with elder care in the United States. Number 1, I'm 83 and my wife is 75. She's had Parkinson's, dementia, and anxiety for 13 years. The last year or two have become difficult financially, and I'm still trying to provide for most care myself. I'm spending over $40,000 a year for 4 hours of evening help. 4 hours, evening help, 6 days a week, 40 grand. I'm up at 7 in the morning and I'm very tired by mid-afternoon. My wife gets meds 9 times a day and I fix all the meals. She's qualified for hospice, so I'm expecting to put her in sometime soon. Needless to say, I'm stressed out in many ways, financially, physically. After my wife dies, I'll have nothing left to care for myself. Reality. Reality. And look at this. Hold on, I gotta shut off the heat. You're gonna hear me better too. All right, so this is all sad stuff, guys. You know, you see how the world is shifting and leaving people out. Number 2, my dad needed special care. So we're exploring our options. One place quoted us $600 a day. Another place, for a shared room, mind you, was asking $900 a day. Who the hell can afford any of this? Number 3, my aunt has Alzheimer's and was placed in elder care after a bad fall. The hospital recommended a specific facility so that when she would have the around-the-clock care, she was there for less than a week. The facility wouldn't even take her to the bathroom. They lied about her having PT when she didn't, and the staff was rough with her. My aunt begged to come home, and she is now being cared for by family. I'm thankful that she is light enough to be lifted without needing special equipment, and honestly, she's easy to care for in comparison to how much harder it could be. We are fortunate that family care is an option for us. However, I can't imagine what life would be like if she had to stay at the facility in terms of money and care. Number 4, my mom can afford a shared room, but I wanted to see if I could afford a single room. It was $350 a day. That was Ellen E. 8. Number 5, I've been dealing with assisted living facilities for my mom for years now. Beautiful, brand new facilities too. They all suck, and they're all the same. Our minimum base price at one facility was $7,000 a month, and they do nothing. My mom has been in 5 different facilities and is 99 years old. I just went ahead and brought her back to my home. It's tough, but beyond tough. Number 6, I have 2 parents with dementia, and I receive 0 help. My parents made too much for Medicaid and couldn't afford skilled nursing, even with insurance. They never planned for this, and they never told anyone that they had dementia. I came into this unexpectedly in the middle of their respective stages. Both my parents require care that they cannot afford, and as a result, they are part of a system that basically lets people deteriorate. This is the one I fear most right here. I recently was able to become the power of attorney and have been able to self-pay, but that's not sustainable at all. Simply put, they cannot afford it. I, a person with zero medical training in elder care for 2 seniors with dementia, this is a system that is broken. That's Shauna, 50, in South Carolina. My heart goes out to you, Shauna. This is the craziest part. They made too much to qualify for insurance, but they don't make enough to cover what it costs for elder care. Do you see that loophole? That is the weirdest thing in the world. You won't cover it because they made X, but X isn't enough to pay for elder care. Therefore, elder care needs to have a higher threshold. Right now it's crap. Number 7, we had to force my 89-year-old dad into assisted living after a series of falls and hidden dementia diagnosis. He's not even close with anyone in my family because he was a terrible ex-husband and father. He had almost no savings until after we sold his house. He has 2 years left until he runs out of money and will need Medicaid. Assisted living was so expensive in Long Island, so I moved to North Carolina. We transferred my dad down here to a slightly cheaper place, but I've been disabled due to Long Cove since March 2020. I'm currently on SSDI and I have my own problems. The elder care system is a mess. The younger generations are being tasked with picking up the pieces for our parents. Number 8, I have a parent in their 80s who've lost their mobility and therefore also lost the ability to care for themselves. Over the past year, their health has declined, and I've explored in-home and facility care for them in Washington, D.C., metro areas. I've seen home health care aides requesting as much as $36 an hour. And most of the time, it doesn't include the cost of medication, food, utilities, and other housing and medical costs. It's a tough place to be in and definitely needs to be part of the life planning, just like college and estate planning. Vicki McGill, 56, of Washington, D.C. Number 9, my elderly mother has needed many hospitalizations and short-term nursing home stays in the last 2 years. She was lucky to have good insurance that paid for most of that, but at home she had to pay big bucks out of pocket for aides and nurses. If she had to prematurely or she had to permanently go to a facility, she would have to sell her house before Medicaid would cover the cost. It was shocking to me that some medical providers thought untrained family members could care for her despite her many infirmities. This took a toll on us too. System is definitely needing fixing. That was Catherine. That was Neil, 59, I guess. Number 10, I don't know how many are there. There's freaking 20? There's 17. You guys okay for 7 more? Let me go back to the screen and see. I don't know if you guys are liking this or you think this is crap. Mean says this is heavy. It is heavy. That's why, guys, you missed the first topic I put up there because I took this topic that was up on the screen, I put there as the title. And then I was like, I can't do that. It's just such a freaking crap title. The realities, the scary and overwhelming realities of elder care in the U.S. And I was like, I could put that, and that's just a freaking shock and awe like title that probably would do well on YouTube, but I can't. I just can't, you know. I gotta do something that's a little bit more like, here, this is are we failing our elders? The state of elder care in America. Music and more. That to me is at least a little bit less of a kick in the nuts, if you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Especially when you're getting kicked in the nuts. Where the freaking heck is this? We're back to it. We're back to it. So maybe I should stop on that one. You know, I mean, bottom line is, here's the one other 12K. Here we go. My mother was able to pay for her care for 3 years, but we still had to refinance my house to finish up paying for her care. The cost was $12K a month. If I'm diagnosed with any type of serious illness where I have to go into care facility, I'd rather just disappear and die than make my family pay for what I had to do. That's anonymous who said that. But bottom line is this, guys. The system is broken, clearly, and we have to do something about it, you know. What a kick in the fotch. Oh, goodness. I could literally give you a presentation on this topic, working in healthcare. It would make you cry. You know, Maine, if you ever want to come on and talk about something like that, like I want to start talking to you guys about things, whatever profession you're in. I'm looking for professionals. I'm looking for people who have an expertise. I'm looking for people who have a passion. I want to start interviewing people on this show. I think we do enough of the entertainment on me creating in the moment. It would be pretty cool to start having on people you want to hear more about, and I can interview them and have conversations and get into things like I like to do, but with another person on the other line. So if you have any suggestions, anybody you are watching on YouTube or Rumble or anything like that, and you want to have them on the show, I'm happy to have anybody on, like literally. I'm live every single day of the year, so creating content with another person would be cool. I also have this new thing on Zoom. If I can get another musician on with me, which I'd really love to do, I want to start playing with other musicians, have other, people who are killing it, trumpet players, whatever, and conversation, and then we rock out together at 432 hertz and just see where it goes. Because this new thing on Zoom allows me to do that, where I'm able to, I guess, bring the latency down to a point where musicians can play across the internet. And so that I'm very much looking forward to trying, because right now I'm not really doing any of that. Ooh, I got a guy I think I could do that with. My friend Preston's nasty on the bass. Maybe I have him do the stand-up bass with me one night. And I think Preston actually subscribes to the show, so I'm not sure how often he sees the content, but that's my brother, and he's nasty on the stand-up bass. On the bass too, he's just a killer dude. He's more of a jazz dude. I think I'm more of a, I don't know any music, I just play what I feel dude. So I don't know if I could play jazz. I'm pretty sure I can. I just have to hear the beat, and then roll on it. So anyway, we had to get into this story just for a minute so you guys understand that we're dealing with some crazy times. This poor client of mine, had to sell his house because he wants to be able to afford his lifestyle, which means to actually just be in a place that you're taken care of, and that's something that they don't prepare us for. And I know they tell you, oh, you could pay for that up front, but it's a freaking fortune to pay for the, your later life care now up front. It's much cheaper than if you do it later in life, but I actually know, I think this client actually did that, and it's still 12 grand a month. It's like, what in the freaking heck? And so you have to think, like, you're either there or they put you in the system, or I don't know what they do with you. This is the thing I don't really understand. I mean, I would be more on board with, instead of sending whatever the heck you're sending out of our country, take a third of it and put it into Eldercare. So, because we're dealing with a baby boomer generation that's now going into that later stages of life where they're considered part of this elder, senior population. And that is one of the biggest populations there is. So they should be diverting funds from what they're fighting other wars or whatever the hell is going on out there. I'm not getting political. I'm just saying we should be thinking about our seniors and our veterans. Our veterans should not be coming back here from protecting our country and be living on the streets or dealing with mental, PTSD issues without having actual help from people. There should be pro bono or something. Those people who are doing the pro bono work should be well compensated by the government to take care of anybody who comes back from military service or, whatever, elder care and veterans. That would be my platform for this next 4 to 8 years coming up, because it's going to be necessary. And this is something Maine could probably share a little bit more about because she's in the industry. So, like I said, not trying to get heavy here, but I would say when I see a story, I got to read it, especially that one I saw, and I just had this client deal with this. So I'm just like, I feel like I want you guys to at least be aware of things when I know about them or when I'm concerned about them. And yeah, some of them may be heavy, but I'm going to try to just cut through it and get back to what we do best here, which is laugh a little bit, play some music, and talk about other things. So anyway, that's it. Eldercare, it sucks. It sucks that you have to deal with it. It sucks that we all get old, but we get to live a life, get the most and the best out of it while you can, because it sounds like there's a day in the future where it's going to freaking blow for each and every one of us. And it's not the last day of our lives. It's before that, unless it's a sudden thing like a lot of people have been dealing with in the last couple of years for some reason. That's normal, though, guys. Oh, goodness. Guys, you know, sometimes when you're in it and you realize what you need is just like a boost of positivity. Oh, not that. Doing Shark Tank? No, I'm sorry. I thought that we had something better there, just ready to roll, and it wasn't. Anyway, I am going to play you something because I'm sitting on my chair. This is my Do the News chair. And when we're doing the news, we're doing the news. But sometimes we don't want to do the news. We want to play music or something. I actually think I'm going to keep the chair out. I can take the guitar and just, I don't need to pull out the BeatSeat right now, but let's see. I'm going to put something on for you. I think that I could use a little laugh, and this is one of the funniest things. I don't know why I should just release this again because it's so goofy funny. You may not, I don't know. I'll put it on for a minute. You guys let me know while you're watching if you think it's funny and if you'd like me to keep it on. What's up, guys? You want to try to land someone like this? There's only one way to do that. You got to learn the 5 rules to landing a lady. Yeah. All you got to do is check it out down below. Webinar, it's free. You go in there, I give you all 5 tips. And in order for you to get out alive, you just have to give a blood sample and take a civet test, get a Vaxaroo, and you have to pay us a bribe fee of $999. I like that total. I'm throwing it around tonight. And if you do that, those 4 things, first of all, you're going to be protected. You're not going to get it anymore, you know? Like when you go out there and like everybody's like, oh, it's out there. You're not getting it anymore because you got the bugaboo, you know? Like everybody else who's not getting the bugaboo, they're the ones spreading it. Everybody get bugaboo. So you, though, you're good, you know, because you went to get the bugaboo and you're good now, you know? So you go get the bugaboo, you bring the test, you do that, you bring the $9.99. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm teaching you all the 5 steps to landing ladies. You know, when you're landing ladies, I'll give you step 1 for free. This is a free, at least this is the first step. You want to land a lady? You go up to that lady. That sounds simple. Does it? I'll tell you what, most people have a hard time doing step 1, going up to the lady. Step 2 is the crazier one. Oh, what do you do when you do step 1? You got to go to the freaking webinar for that one. You want to do it? Fine, I'll give you that one too. She's giving me an elbow over here saying, just tell him. Step 2 is saying hi. You got to land the lady. You walk up to her and you say, hey, how you doing, lady? I just happened to see you from across this venue here. And I thought I might stop over and say hello. See how you're doing. You're in. If you do that, say those words exactly. You're landing a lady, you know. This is, you know, I'm giving you inside, you know, this is webinar exclusive stuff, you know. You got to really get into the webinar in order to know all about these details, okay? The most important thing to understand is that if you really want to land a lady, step number 3. You going for the kill. I just can't help but notice How striking you are. You know, I know it's 2021 and this is passé, but I really love to make you a housewife. You know, take care of some kids, you take care of the house. We'll go out there and chop some freaking firewood, right? What are we talking about here, right? Is that too much of an over-the-line thing to say, 2021? I want you to stay home and raise our children. You know, don't go out there and murder people one day and get into video game heads and latchkey kids. How crazy for you to take away my right to be a woman. I know. I wasn't meaning to do that. You can do you, okay? You want to do you and you don't want to be a housewife, take care of our children? You just made your own bed. Yeah, realistically, like, I don't even need to know what's downstairs after that, you know? You're going to tell me that, like, you're good and don't need, like, no, sorry, you're done. I'm out of here with you. I got no time for someone who's not going to be, you know, taking care of the kids. Like, you want to shuffle them off? Oh, yeah, I can't wait to go back to work. You can't wait to go back to work, shuffle your kids off? You do realize you shuffle them off to school when they're 5. And then they're in the system, right? This one over here wants to put them in the system day 1. I'm going to shovel them off. Let somebody else take care of my kids. You never seen the way nannies take care of kids? Go freaking Google nanny treatment. Not good. No. You think a nanny, think about how frustrated parents get with their own kids. Now, you give that to somebody who gives not a crap about your kids. Get it? Got it? Good. Look, at the end of the day, you have to understand that if you want to land a lady, you have to follow this guy. I'm the land a lady guru. You know, there was a guy named Tim Meadows that was the ladies' man back in the day. He said, I'm the ladies' man. And he was actually very good at being the ladies' man. But I am the 2021 ladies' man. My name is Timmy T. That's right, when Timmy T's on the scene and he's like, I'm going to lay in ladies. I'm going to give you, this is act number 4. You need to do these things in sequential order. You know where we're at right now. You walk up to the lady, right? And you get up there, you're like, hey, how you doing? Right? You got that going. And then you're like, I can't help but notice that you got those clothes halfway off. Let me help you with the rest. Right? You're good. You do that, game, set, match. Boris Becker style. He's getting the Wimbledon tonight. Yeah, he was there. You know, 17-year-old winning Wimbledon. Yeah, nobody remembers. Nobody wants to remember. She just got Wimbledon. Yeah. Game, set, match. Oh, yeah? 40 love. You know what I mean? So, you know, right, that one worked on you, right? Yeah, see? She told you, heard it from her lips. If that doesn't work, concrete exterior type of situation, this is where you go. You got to go flipperoo. You know, I couldn't help but notice that the left side of your face is longer than the right side of your face. Just figured I'd point that out. And walk away. You walk away, right? 3 minutes later, watch. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, no, I'd love to have a drink with you. Right? Every time, you know, it's one or the other. There's also a third option, you know. Could I buy you a drink? Oh, you're underage, sorry. I don't, hopefully she's not. That would be very, very off-putting. And also, oh, I'm gone. That's it. Nope, sorry. I just got canceled by Bausch and Lau. They're like, comedy bad, comedy bad. You can't do funny. This freaking Karen world. Everybody's a Karen. 2021 Karens everywhere. Guys, look, we're here down at the beach right now, Surfside beaching it, right? And we're having a great time. We're ready to take on that next surf contest. Remember, if you want to learn how to surf from the master, you got to follow me down below. Just click the link. click the link down below. We've got a webinar. Yeah, the webinar on surfing. You don't want to miss that one. Webinar surfing it. And you're going to be like, oh, I visualized it. Listen, if you can't webinar the surf, detail and get into what I told you about the barrel roll, and there's a story within that barrel roll, right? Yeah, she knows. She was there for the story. Why do you think she's latched up with me now? Yeah, she was like, oh, Brock Williamson, we want you to tell that story again tonight on the show. That's why I'm here. And she was like, hey, do you want to go out afterwards? I did the reverse pick up a girl situation. She pick up a guy situation. She came over to me. Yeah. That's when you're boss level. You want to go boss level 5? You're there doing your thing. Comes over to you. Hey, I notice your shirt is halfway open. Can I help you with that? She must have taken my freaking course, And then all of a sudden we're on the same wavelength situation, But look, you want to get a Brock special? You get your butt out here, out in that freaking surf. The big waves are coming. The cowabunga from down under, that's coming. Yeah. You better have your longboard. You want to get on the cowabunga from down under? With Frankie Avalon? With the Net Funicello? You better make sure you're doing a Net Funicello situation that you get yourself in front of the camera and you tell them, I got my longboard. I'm ready for my Annette Funicello situation. I don't need you to tell me that Annette Funicello is not in. Okay, I think that she's totally in. And at the end of the day, if you were looking for someone cooler, I don't know. Who's cooler than Annette Funicello, right? I don't think there is anybody. Okay, I think we got one. It's not, the resolution's not good enough. Let me just see if I can try to make it work. I'm gonna save it and just leave. A black background's never good. We need to find something better. All right, give me a second. We're still working on it. Trust me, this will be worth it. This will be worth it. If we can find anything. It usually takes me a few minutes. You can't find the perfect thing for someone. Okay, I got it. I got it, guys! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? We gotta make this one work. We gotta make this one work. We gotta make this one work. I make myself laugh just thinking about where this is gonna go, which is sickening. Let's see if this works. I don't know if this is gonna work. All right? I don't know if I want to ruin the hammer bit. Let's see where we are.
I tell you, I'm worried about it.
That's right. Hammer! Holy shit! I used to have a Dick Face show with this intro. I guess it was Hammer Zoom.
I tell you, I'm worried about it. The Dick's
Hammer Zoom's going to switch. We'll keep that picture there. Okay. Let's just throw the picture up and let's see where we are. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Gosh almighty. I love this show, guys. I freaking love this show so much.
Oh, 1,875 days in a row. I don't even know what day this was.
Let's see, is this on? Okay. All right.
See, I'm just already thinking about where this is going.
Are you kidding me? Hold on, I'm not. All right. Let's just see how this goes here, because this is an infomercial, guys. I mean, obviously, Sonny's in the background.
Oh, goodness. So, guys, the whole point here is I was making infomercials, as you can tell. And that was just one of the silly McGilly things I did back in the day. We've done so many ridiculously silly things here, in the last 5 years. And I really could never just say what I've done in full because it's been everything. So, you could be like, oh, I bet you didn't do, and I'd be like, actually I did. It's funny whenever there's a news story or something happens, I'm like, yeah, I covered that 3 years ago. It's as a comedy. So I'm sending things to people from years ago. That's what I have to do. Anyway, let's see what I have here for you. Sometimes I like to go through just playing old stuff for you because I'm proud of all this work. I am proud of all this work. I feel like this is one of the funniest bits And just because I guess it's something I thought of, and I was like, you know, I'm just going to make a bit about this, and it took its own like life. So let me know what you think of this. Welcome, boys and girls, here to Mr. Mark's neighborhood. We're here 2023 style, and of course we need to discuss how insane we are living in these times. Guys, Mr. Mark's neighborhood, I'm gonna sit down for a second, and we're just gonna, we gotta take off the, we gotta take off the old man sweater, unzipping it, yeah. Look, oh, my shirt, yeah. Mr. Mark's neighborhood, when you're doing it, and you've got the Dr. Weasel Frauci shirt on that everybody wants, they're all like, where could I get mine? Mr. Mark will tell you in a second. So I'm taking off my jacket, throwing it on the ground. Look, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Mark doesn't freaking keep things clean on studio, you know? I just toss it on the freaking ground. Look, here we are, the most important detail of the day. A booster a day, a bug-a-booster a day keeps Dr. Weasel Frauci away. Remember that, it's on the CDC website. And of course, if you don't know, you are not a horse. No, you're not a cow. You're a guinea pig. What are we talking about? Mr. Mark's neighborhood, doing it. Look, at the end of the day, you have to remember that it's 2023 and we're trying to make it a better world for you kids. You know, you're there in school and you're learning the ones and twos, right? And now they're telling you that 1 + 2 = 9. And you're like, how do I do that math? They're like, well, you're born as a 1, but you could be a freaking 9. Like, no, if I was a 1, when I'm born, I'm always a 1. I may be like a really cool 1. I may be like a really laid back 1, you know, but I'm a 1. You're telling me that I could also be a 9? No, I'm sorry. This is Mr. Mark's neighborhood. And when we're here, we get down into it, you know. Fred Rogers was a friend of mine, you know. We used to hang out together. Back to the Future, Mark. Went and learned everything I could from the master. You know, I said, Fred, tell me, what do I do? He says, Mark, boys will always be boys. Girls can only be the mommies. Boys can only grow up to be the daddies, you know, and everybody's fancy. You know, if you're not fancy, you know, that's on you because everybody's fancy. Mr. Rogers said so, and Mr. Mark here on Mr. Mark's neighborhood. You know, remember, guys, a double bug-a-booster a day keeps Dr. Weasel Frauci away. And yes, you were a guinea pig. You can get the shirt at markpires.com. Guys, I created it. But Mr. Rogers, he had a lot of great messages. Guys, Zabrowski. Zabrowski! You came out of nowhere with that woohoo. Guys, Mr. Mark's neighborhood, keeping it real, 2023 style. Okay, here's what we got going on. You're born a 1, you know, and you want to make math with another number. So you're like, hey, I like that 3 over there. And I'm doing a 1 + 3 = 4. Yeah. And all of a sudden that 3 is like, you know what? I was born a 3, but I really feel like I am identifying like a 7. And all of a sudden you got like a quandary. There's confusion in mathematics. We're not looking for more confusion in mathematics because it's all already been proven. The thesis, Pythagorean. Guys, when you had a Pythagorean theorem and you started doing it and you're like, yeah, it works out. Good Will Hunting came out and he said, how you like them apples? And I was down. Guys, this is a live improv comedy show. And what I wanted to tell you is that Mr. Rogers would be canceled 2023 because his song, Everybody's Fancy, is a very powerful message. We're gonna watch it here. Joanne, she's wheezing. Yeah, I can't do it all, guys. I can't deal with the Joanne as well, but I got the shirt on tonight, you know? Guys, remember, you're not a horse. All right? What's that?
No, you're not a cow either. Unbelievable. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, no, you're a guinea pig. Guys, a booster a day keeps Dr. Weasel Fraudshy away. You did it. You know, Joanne did as well. That's why she's got the humongocarditis. First case, you know, in the world. Who? Yeah, they called. Freaking Tedros? Can I speak to Joanne? I'm sorry, she's wheezing right now. Yeah, you can't talk to Joanne because she's doing a wheezeroo while I'm here. You know, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Guys, it's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You know, would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Picking my freaking jacket back up off the ground. Look, guys, I'm throwing it back on. Look at him. He's got the old man vest jacket on. You know, I wear it like this, though, and I'm doing like a walk, you know, like where it's kind of pimp, you know, because you can wear like, look, hi, boys and girls. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Remember, boys are boys, girls are girls, you know, Mr. Rogers style.
Oh, goodness, Joanne. Sometimes you really make me laugh, Joanne. Sometimes you really make me chuckle. When I'm here and you're doing the wheeze back there, Joanne, it's quite... It's quite an interesting thing. Joanne, I'm trying to... Oh, my goodness, Joanne, you freaking pig. You kidding me? And now you show up, you bring it with you? You could have left it in the back room. Instead, you're tooting, dropping a tutor-looter, and then appearing, bringing said tutor with you, the winds of change. Ooh, speaking of winds of change. Have you guys ever heard my song, The Winds of Change? So I had one night, I don't know who asked this. Do you guys remember? So long ago. But someone asked me to play the song Winds of Change by some, I don't know, Japanese or Chinese singing. It sounded like that. And I remember it's like, oh, do you know the Winds of Change by Takori Fafatoot? I'm like, no, I don't know that, but Joanne just tooted. And I said, but let me write you a song called Winds of Change, because that's really my theory, is if I can't play the song for you, my theory is I try to play a song for you. Sometimes we write you a gem. And this one right here is one of the ones. It's a gem. It's on my first album. It's on iTunes, guys, if you like this. It's called Winds of Change. And this is one of the songs I wrote prior to switching everything over to 432 hertz. Just I don't think it matters much, but it's still a fire tune. Here we go. Oh, I can't put out that one. All right, let's do that. Oh no, I need my intro still. Hold on. Let me get audio there. Come on, Mike. We have our... I don't want to have to change that. All right, we'll just do it. There we go.
Let's see if we can get this going here for...
If you enjoy this, it's on
a new
iTunes.
song.
Just type in Mark
Keith's rock out. It's
Pires,
called
Winds of Change.
Winds of Change, right?
Sometimes when you least expect it, the world shifts under your feet. You got one move from there. You get up and go. as the winds of change. Get up and go. Feel the winds of change as they push you down the road. You find who you are, you bring it to the surface. Then you feel the light inside of you shines. The winds of change. Wake up, feel the sun on your cheek. Take a deep breath and fill your soul with life. You got one life, you got one chance, you got one path. So if you just stand up and go right now, you'll find the way. I know you'll find the way. The winds of change. And the winds of change. Let go. The angels call. Keep your ears open for the sound. It will beckon you to come to life, new life. And if you fade away, I'll miss you. Cause we can't stop the winds of change. Now we can't stop the winds of change. Changing, everything you know is all gone. And when the winds change, whoa, whoa,
That was a song right there, I'll tell you that. I'm always so thankful. Harvey, how are you? Good to see you. I'm always so thankful when you guys ask me for a song and it winds up being a killer song. We have so many that we're working with. I want to say hi to Trish. If she's out there, she sent a note about a song that she's been listening to that I wrote here called Break Free from the Crazy. And it's a really amazing song. I have not released it yet. There's only about an 18-minute version that I played one night, you know, and then I played it a few other times since. But it's 18 minutes. It's like a crazy long song. But she said she's been listening to it lately and it's meant a lot to her, and that means a lot to me. So thank you, Trish, for listening to that. I'm going to break it down into a much more succinct song so it's not 18 minutes. But man, it is tough to break some of these songs down because there's like maybe 15 minutes of fire there. I have to bring it down to like 6 minutes. I don't know. I hate getting rid of good stuff, but I also don't think you guys want to hear 18-minute songs, you know, in general. Right, Nick? Trish, you rock. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for that note. So Winds of Change, what a song there. I'm going to play you one more here from the old school. There's so many ridiculous songs on the album. There's 209 songs, just so you know, but some of them are so freaking good and you've never heard them before. And that's fine because 209 songs is a lot to get through. But if you are interested in ever hearing more, you could do that. Oh my goodness, I can't. Like, I'm seeing all these ridiculous songs here. Like, this is such a short song, if I recall. Let me see if it shows me. Yeah, it's only 4 minutes and change. Let me just... This is a good one for you guys. This is a song with the intention of this show came out, I'm pretty sure.
Waiting for my night to come to a close. 3 hours and 23 minutes on into the show. But you never know how long I'm going to take it, how long I'm going to broadcast all night. Never stop broadcasting light and love. Get on board. Get on board. We hope you'll get on board. No, we can't afford to keep throwing anger, hatred, and negativity around. And so we gather here every day. It's a place where we can build light, where we cannot fight, where we can lift each other up. We lift each other up. It's the Real Talk Show. It's the Real Talk Show. Get on board. Get on board. Hope you get on board. I'm standing on a wire, high wire, not looking down. No, I'm going to keep looking straight. I'm gonna stand proud. I'm going to keep on going. I don't care what you say. You can't stop me, only me. I won't ever stop, no. I won't ever stop, no. We're just gonna grow. We're going to flow all night. We're gonna blow out your darkness with light. Hey, hey, hey. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get on board. Get on board. Get on board. Get on board. On board. Get on board.
Vault. Sometimes you take the songs out of the vault and they're just as good as you remember, you know? And sometimes they're crap. I don't know, I'm just being honest, you know? Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're crap. What's American Dream? We got to listen to it. I wrote it.
Saturday Night Live. I'm feeling alright. Gather around my friends. Let out that pain. Let's feel it and feel the rain falling down. Feel the pain slip away. Make way. Make way for a new dawn of existence and hold the line. They say there's no one on the other side, babe. Fighting, and you leave us there. Leave us all alone. No one's coming to save us. No, we're going to have to ride this wave and hopefully not stumble along. No, we don't want to fall. No, we don't want to suffer. No, 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 no. corruption. You can't put your finger on it, no. If you do, they say you can't prove it, no. When you just stand there, you say, look, I've got the evidence. And you don't want to use your eyes, no. And you don't want to take that gavel, no, and do a thing. No, you've been paid off, yeah. We've got to deal with it. If and when this time, it's amazing how many people are blinded by the lies. It's fading away. It's fading away. An American dream, losing steam. Everywhere you turn, it seems like you're going out of your mind. It's the sign of the time. Maybe unwind before your time is over. Maybe unwind. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe you should take the time and you should find the happiness inside. Happiness inside.
I'm writing really random, mellow stuff tonight. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that did. I don't think that made an album, to be honest. I don't think that was album worthy. It may be on an album. I don't think it is, but maybe. Sometimes I grab a song and I'm like, let's listen to this one. It's not an album song. Like, here's one that's an album song. You guys want to hear it? If this is it, it's not. I had it, but it's not there. I don't have the full version here, clearly. I'm going to play you one more song, though. Oh, my goodness. Hope It Never Ends was so beautiful. That's like the last song on one of the albums. So freaking good. I'll Be Here Forever. Another ridiculous song. I'm coming for you. What the hell is that? It's probably too long. Yeah, it's 17 freaking minutes long. Oh, so goodness. I'm just out of my mind, aren't I? Oh, I still got a full Candy Bowl. Pretty cool song. I'm Almost Home. Fire tune. But I don't have the video versions here, just the audio. It's a sign of the times. Oh my goodness. That one I don't have the full version. MP4. No, I don't think that's it right there. It's a Loop, My Friend. That's a cool song. We got a lot of crazy songs. Just Can't Sleep Tonight. Oh my goodness. That's like a Paul McCartney vibe, if I recall. Gotta let that funk move, yo. Another ridiculous song. Oh my goodness. Make it right. This was, I think, a pretty cool song, if I recall. I'll play this one. unless I could find something better really quickly here. No matter how hard they try. Another fire song. Man, no one hears me. That's a crazy song. I can't, guys. Nothing can stop the light. You guys have heard that one before. Open your eyes. Painted black. Oh my goodness. All right, that one I have to play just because it's got this like... All right, so this, let me just play it for you. And I may add some BeatSeat. How are you? Painted Black. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to write a song called Painted Black. Because that's what we do here on the show. If I don't know the name of the song you ask me to play, I have to write a song by that title. Painted Black.
Go out late at night, looking for the moon to rise. And I'm ready to attack, and my clothes all painted black, and I can't wait to take it down. Painted black. All their fears are taking over. No looking back. Everything is painted black. No, I can't see any light. Stand alone. As I look back, all I see is your painted black. The shades on me, I can't see. No, it's so painted black. Whoa, whoa, and painted black. Doors out, holding back. I'm not ready to attack, and I don't see things I will glass, gold and black. I can get through it, paint black. What an attack, nobody's getting back there. Painted black.
See,
Painted
but,
black. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to write a song called Painted.
Someone was calling right at the end there. It's like, that's in the song. If you go and check out the album on I think Painted Black. It's on the first album I put out, I'm pretty sure, which is called Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I think it was called Mark Pires Real Talk. I forget what it was called, the first album. Real Talk Improvisations, I think it was called. And then the second one was called Mark Pires Empire Strikes Back. Such a great album. I wrote Back to the Future Mark on that episode, on that album, I'm pretty sure. Although, no, I put out an album called Back to the Future Mark about 6 months before I put the movie out. So when we put the movie out, you hear this song, Back to the Future Mark. It's in there in the whole song, or in the whole movie, and that song had come out maybe 6 months before on an album. But I wrote the character, a year before? You know, we're idiots. I'm an idiot. Oh, goodness. Thanks for kicking it with me, guys. Tomorrow morning I'll be back. Oh, look at that. We got Elgato coming to do her thing. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., I intend to be here with you to bring you some comedic
Zapier's automation is the easiest.
Every morning we do it at 9 a.m. during the week. So Andrea O'Neill, if you can make it. Barella, if you can make it. Kill It and Grill It. Modoc Roughstock. Guys, the thing is, tomorrow happens to be, I think, like President's Day or something stupid like that. So we may be able to get more of you here during the morning show, hopefully. Modoc Roughstock, my brother. Pamela Swan, Ron Tyler. Guys, do me a favor. Subscribe to my brother Ron. S. Coop in the house. Thank you, S. Coop, for continuing to keep everybody in the loop. And Trish Killian, thank you again for your note earlier, and I'm glad you're enjoying that song. I'll get that song out for you so you can just push play on it instead of whatever show it is that you found it on, which I still can't find. But I did find the version I made, and I have to edit it down, so I will. Virginia, but I'm also working on Last Breath, which is the song you asked for, and it's like, I have not had a chance to knock that out. I'm working on so many pieces of content. I intend to try to get one out a day for you guys. That's the best I can do. But I'm like creating new stuff every day, and every day we're doing new comedy stories. So that's, you know, the music, everything is. I'm definitely overwhelmed when it comes to how do I get all the content I have to be dropped out. It's all in the shows. I mean, so if people really want to see more from me, they could just push play on any show, and you're going to see a lot of stuff I'll never be able to release myself. We do a lot of fun stuff on a daily. So come back tomorrow when we do it all over again. Right, Joanne? Joanne, I'm sorry, I cannot hear you over the wheeze. Joanne's a gift and a curse. Joanne! Wheezing it out. It's just like Joanne. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. You got to go away. Helen, you rock. Hopefully I'll see you in the morning. Oh, goodness. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you again for hanging